Sometimes the best opportunities present themselves when the market is down. And today is one of those days where we're going to be looking at a particular project that has some strong, solid fundamentals, great updates, a working platform, and a very strong community behind it. Stay tuned to find out more. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Decentralized Chain. It's Feroz. If this is your first time here and you want to learn more about crypto, whether it's news, insights, or analysis to help you get that edge, start now by hitting the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon so you don't miss any of my upcoming episodes. And don't be one of the 90% just viewing and not subscribing. Now, there is also a Telegram community, really friendly bunch, plenty of daily analysis, plenty of advice around upcoming projects, ongoing projects. So come on over and join the gang. Plenty of hugs going around as well. Now, in today's episode, as I mentioned before, we are going to be talking about Unimex. And so those who are not familiar with Unimex, it's a project that came about earlier this year. And if we kind of grow up, they have a number of DeFi products within their suite. They've got Unimex, which is the margin trading platform. They've got DGen, which is going to be coming out soon. That's the margin trading platform with 1000x leverage. And they've also got farm.space, which is mainly focused around farming. Now, in this episode, we're going to talk about Unimex. And I think firstly, we need to start with the actual background story. So with Unimex, when it came about, when they were ready for their version 1 launch earlier this year, they obviously had one of their lead devs was pretty much a bad actor in this space. There's plenty of those within crypto. We're definitely not in short supply of those. And pretty much decided to hold the team to ransom. They wanted X amount because they already had access to the domain and obviously control over the locked liquidity. Now, the interesting part here is that the team didn't really give in. And the other interesting part here is that when things like this happen, they can pretty much make or break a project, especially when you're just about to launch your version 1. So what the team had done at that point was decided to drop a one-to-one airdrop to all of the original token holders. So everyone holding the UMEX token basically got a one-to-one airdrop of the UMX tokens. The interesting part there was that the community dumped all of their UMEX tokens, took the ETH that was recovered from that dump, and actually used that as liquidity for the actual version 1 launch of the new token. Now, if that doesn't say community spirit, I don't know what does, because in most instances here, usually, out of fear more than anything else, communities will just generally disband and run off, and that would be the end of the project. But since then, that project has continued to develop, release, and move to high highs. So for me, and my perspective, I feel that the fundamentals for this project are really strong, and obviously the community behind it is really strong, and certainly one that I feel is undervalued more than anything else. Now, for those who aren't familiar with leverage trading, simply put, it basically allows traders to make use of third-party provided funds. So in the case of Unimex, it's the lending pools, and it allows them to make trades of greater size or capital through the use of leverage. And so the higher the leverage, the greater the position size, and obviously the upside that comes from it. But also bear in mind that it also comes with the increased risk of liquidation. And I've said it before, unless you have what I would say is a strong discipline when it comes to risk and reward management, and you're a competent trader, then usually you're okay with leverage. But if you don't, then this is one of the quickest ways that you can get wrecked within this space. Now, you might be thinking that's all well and good. There are plenty of margin trading platforms out there. What makes this platform any different? Well, first of all, they have their first mover advantage. First mover advantage being is that Unimex, in the true sense of decentralization, is the first completely decentralized margin trading platform built on top of Uniswap. So it makes no use of any centralized oracles. They have their own tried and tested method that they use. And also it allows for liquidations to be called by anyone whilst remaining non-custodial and fully on-chain. So fundamentally, your keys, your wallet, which is always a positive in my books. Now, they already have a functioning platform. So let's jump into their platform and have a quick look at it, because beyond just the functioning platform, which initially launched with 16 pairs, as well as pair swaps, which is a great start, and obviously up to 5x leverage, which is also a good point initially to start with. Certainly provides a decent opportunity for ROI, whilst at the same time ensuring that the risk of users getting wrecked isn't entirely high. But recently, over the last couple of days, they've also launched version 2. And version 2 has been quite highly anticipated. And I think these are the things that really make this platform undervalued, really. And version 2 came with a number of things. They came with stablecoin trading and deposits. So, now you've got USDC, you've got DAI already added in. Interestingly, given where we are with the likes of Ethereum and the transaction fees, one of the things that is really a hindrance in this space is being able to interact with DeFi applications on the Ethereum network, purely because the transaction fees are so high at the moment. Somebody that wants to, leverage trade with a couple of $100s to kind of grow that base quickly will find that they're spending a significant portion of that in fees, easily $70. So you're not really left with much in terms of being able to make upside on it. And this is where I think that Unimex really shines through, because they have now obviously provided the toggle to switch between Ethereum as well as Binance Smart Chain. So for those who are interested really in taking this sort of level of trading to the next level, so to speak, they can do it at a much reduced fee by moving on to Binance Smart Chain. I'm going to do that here in the background. I'm just switching over to the network on MetaMask. And then as you have it, there you go, boom, we're straight into the Binance Smart Chain, and we're running on top of that. So, for me, this is really positive when it comes to strong fundamentals behind a project, as well as just general, moving it forward. And this is one of the key things that they were looking for in terms of roadmap for version 2. And it's here. Now, let's kind of jump in and just have a look at the overall charts, because clearly, some may be looking at, well, how does that actually then translate into general price movement? Then that's equally key as well, because we want to kind of have a look at the charts. If we're going to invest in the project, we want to see whether there's opportunity and upside involved in doing so. And so let's head on over and first have a quick little look at the market overall. So look, we are in a major correction at the moment. BTC is down to $35,000, and with that, it is pulling the majority of the market with it. But also, this opens up opportunities to be able to fundamentally snap up some great undervalued projects at the same time. Now, currently, Unimex is sitting at a market cap of $12 million. For what they've done, for what they've delivered, I believe that this is seriously undervalued for what it is, and there is some significant potential upside with this project. Let's jump on over to DEX tools just to kind of see how it's performing. So it looks like it's pretty much given back all of its gains when it kind of went on that monstrous rally back sort of towards the tail end of March. And we're now, what I would say, is back down, I would say, at key support levels. So previously, let's get a few lines up here just so we can track it a bit better. So in terms of what I would say key supports are, certainly one would be here. I would say this would also be a key support level. Well, now, at the moment, it seems to be ranging between previous consolidation. We had a consolidation over about 2-3 weeks before the price went up, and it seems to be holding quite well within that region. I think if it does break below this, then really the next, and I'm just looking at it at a higher time frame. You can look at it lower if you want, but really, nothing wrong with putting even a cheeky order in at 58 cents. But saying that, I think looking at the project and sort of general potential upside, I would say that once we have a bit of stabilization in the markets as a whole, because let's be honest, the market sentiment is quite negative, I think projects like this will bounce back hard and very quickly. In fact, if we kind of take it from here back to the all-time highs, because this is kind of really where the initial rally started before, that kind of takes us pretty much straight back up to, where did we go up to? Get rid of some of this stuff out of the way. And I would say that pretty much takes us a good solid 4x. 4x right the way back to the top peak. Now, look, I'm not saying it's going to do a 4x from here, but what I am saying is that the project does have some strong fundamentals behind it. We are in a general downtrend in the market overall. So I would say this has certainly opened up an opportunity for you to be able to potentially get in on a project with some strong fundamentals, a strong community behind it. And that's pretty much it. I think this is one that I'm certainly going to continue to watch as they develop further. And obviously details for the project are in the description below, along with the website and Telegram community. And if you like this content, Please give it a thumbs up. What do you think about the project? Is this something that you would invest in? Do you generally feel that there are strong fundamentals behind it? What are your views on margin trading? Love to hear your comments, and I will see you on the next episode.